We could be just days from a decision about the future of East Cleveland Mayor Brandon King.
Mayor King, you may remember, faces a list of corruption charges. News 5 investigator Scott Knoll has been staying on top of this case for you. And Scott, you've discovered a special commission considering whether to suspend King is now on the clock to make a decision.
Yeah, when a public official is charged with a felony related to their job, it sets in motion an entire process. Most of it happens behind closed doors. The record's off limits to the public until a decision is made. But that process also carries with it a very strict timeline. The same day a grand jury indicted East Cleveland Mayor Brandon King on 12 counts, records show Cuyahoga County Prosecutor Michael O'Malley sent this letter to the Chief Justice of the Ohio Supreme Court, triggering suspension proceedings against King. The mayor is accused of using his office to steer more than $76,000 of city money to businesses owned by King or his family. The mayor's pleaded not guilty to those charges, but as that case makes its way through the courts, King faces another fight to hold on to his job. Court records show earlier this month a panel of 3 retired judges was assembled to consider whether to suspend King until his criminal case is concluded. According to the state Supreme Court, that 3-judge panel had 2 weeks to reach a preliminary decision. That should have happened by last week. King then has 14 days to contest that decision. And then, within 2 more weeks, he could present his side of the story to the commission. After that meeting, a final decision whether to suspend King should come. This should be wrapped up by mid-December and would be effective immediately. After the mayor's arraignment, I asked King's attorney about his client's plans.
He maintains his innocence.
Charles Tyler tells me if the commission decides to suspend his client, King will appeal that decision to the Ohio Supreme Court in an attempt to remain in office. King has already survived 2 recall attempts. Tyler calls this case a continuation of the political attacks against King by his opponents.
There are people who are in East Cleveland who wish to have the mayor removed, who was elected by the people who are supposed to elect their own representative. So we will continue to fight very hard for the mayor and defend him against all these political attacks.
Scott, so if King is suspended, who takes over operations of the city?
Yeah, Katie, this is where things get really interesting. East Cleveland's charter spells out 2 different scenarios. It says if the mayor is temporarily unavailable to fulfill his duties, the director of finance is next in line. But it also says if the mayor has a long-term absence, then the president of council takes over.
And how the appeal might impact that, I guess, cross that bridge when and if we should get there. All right, Scott Knoll.